So, number 3 from page 534 says 3 sine squared theta minus 7 sine theta minus 3, whoops, sorry about that, minus 3 equals 0. We're going to substitute x in place of sine theta. So we have 3x squared minus 7x minus 3 equals 0. And then these don't factor on this page. Sometimes they factor, these don't. So we're going to use the quadratic formula. A is 3, B is negative 7, C is negative 3. I don't think this is the part where anyone had trouble. It's really the end part where we need to analyze what we have. So we got it. 49 minus 4 times 3 times negative 3 all over 2 times 3. So we'll have a 6. You want to get your calculators out and ready for this next part. Grace, how does that look so far? So clearly, you guys can get to this part. This is not the problem. Good. And we're going to put sine theta back in. And what we have is 7 plus the square root of 85 over 6. And we have the sine theta is 7 minus the square root of 85 over 6. Okay? Now the hard part. Putting this into your calculator, thinking through the problem. So use QRS to organize things. Typically, we should have some answers here. We should have some answers here. So first, do the math here. And you all have different calculators, so stuff is going to happen. Here's the suggestion I'm going to make, though. Yaka?
Can you, like, do the multiply by the radical on the bottom and make it...
Like use a conjugate?
No, like, I got that of 85 over 6, and then I multiplied radical 6 on the bottom and on the top. And so, like, I forgot what it's called.
Rationalizing or something? I don't need to do that here.
But if you do that, would you get it wrong?
If you had a radical in the bottom, you could do that. But what I'm going to recommend is you don't. Take whatever number you have and use it, because you're going to get decimals anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so this isn't a question where I'm asking you to rationalize the denominator, or find the conjugate, or simplify. This is, hey, we need to know if there's angles that work for this equation. Okay? So save yourself a few steps. Here's what I'm going to suggest here. 7 plus the square root of 85, enter, divided by 6. Because if you don't put parentheses around this, before you hit divided by 6, you're going to get it wrong. So take care of yourself. Put the numerator in, hit enter. So I'm just going to do 7 plus radical 85, no parentheses, enter, divided by 6, enter. What I found in walking around the room in Mod 3, and kids were asking about these questions, they didn't put this in their calculator right. And it really screwed up the answers. So hopefully we can polish that up. What kind of number did this come out to be? Okay, 2.7. Does any sign go that high? All right, so you looks like there's also the possibility that if your calculator's even a little bit older, you get a parenthesis with your square root, and you have to close that as well.
I do.
I'll come over and look. Oh, I never asked you to do second sign.
Oh.
Did you do second sign?
Well, even with sign.
Okay. Will this work for second sign of 2.7? No. What's the highest sign goes? 1.
So you just reject.
The whole thing. There's no answers there. Yep, no answers.
So like even if you got error, that means you should reject the calculator?
Your calculator's telling you you can't do it.
Okay.
If you did second sign,
I didn't do second sign, I just did 7 plus.
Well, then you type something in wrong, and I will come over there. This should give you a number, 2.7 something, something, something.
I got .27.
Something's still not right. And did you hit enter? Did you put parentheses? Did you put parentheses? Did you divide by 6?
Well, when I divided it by 6, I got .046.
Okay. There's something not right. 8.5, negative, you know, what?
Yeah, it was
Minus. I haven't hit sign at all, though.
I don't know, but it came out the right answer.
Good. Okay. All I did was give you guys a suggestion for how to get a number for 7 plus radical 85 divided by 6. Got it? Awesome.
Couldn't you though instead have split those to the square root of 49 plus 36 up so then it's radical 7?
No!
Okay. It's not what I did, but it was
That's on video. No.
was an idea.
No.
I didn't do it, but you know.
No, okay, nope. Everybody erase that. Back up. Go back in time.
Put
Just
like
10
a-
seconds.
put like a- edit that
Now
thing out.
try.
Edit
Here,
that thing out
let's
to
do this
separate
again.
the-
Just figure out a decimal. For 7 minus radical 85, hit enter, and then divide by 6. Don't be a hero here. There's too many parentheses needed. 7 minus square root of 85, enter, divided by 6, enter. So all I'm asking you right now is to tell me what this crazy radical division looks like. What is its value?
-.369924.
Good. Just save that in your calculator. We can all go back to it and access it. All right, so it's what kind of number? Positive or negative? You just told me negative. It's a negative number. What quadrants is sign negative in? 3 and 4. Good. Now get a reference angle. Hit second sign. And on my calculator, I just go up to that decimal and hit enter. You might need to go second negative sign to get the ANS. Gives you the previous answer. Because you don't want to type that in. That should give us the reference angle. Reference angles are always positive.
21.
Round it.
22.
Now give me an answer in quadrant 3.
180 plus 20.
Good job. I think that's 202, Aaron. And quadrant 4.
330.
360 minus 22.
38. 330.
Good job. And there's where those two answers come from. How's that look, Grace?
I couldn't get the reference angle. It kept giving me an error.
It's about this monster, isn't it?
It is right. I know it's
Take care of yourself. Yep. Yep. What else would you like to see from homework, Samira?
13.
13. Okay.
On the test, so for number 13, just when you write it out,
I'm listening.
I, immediately saw, cosine, and that is, secant,
Oh.
technically.
Oh.
So I was I don't really know how to do those both, so I just, put one side into the calculator, and, on line Y1, and then the other side on Y2, and did intersect it, 4 times. So that was, my work, and I just wrote it out, because I didn't know how to look at it.
Great idea. So Erin solved it graphically. Did you hear everything she said, all her steps? If not, you can go look at the recording later. She solved it graphically and found 4 points of intersection. So, perfect. But a lot of these questions say solve algebraically in the directions. Now, if you're stuck and you don't know what to do, this is a great backup. Because even if you have the answers, you get some credit.
Yeah, because, I
Yeah.
checked that,
Yeah, I'm going to recommend cross multiply because we want to keep the functions the same. We don't want to switch this to secant. So let's cross multiply. 3 cosine squared theta plus cosine theta equals 1. Bring this 1 over. get a little bit ahead of me. If you're filling this in, let's use the quadratic formula. A is?
3,
Good. B is?
1,
C is? You can talk on the left too, you're allowed. So we're going to throw this into the quadratic formula.
You don't want to do like the x, could you do that? Like, but instead of like cos, you would put like 3x plus 1 and then like 1 over x in the original, like up top.
Sure, you can put the x in at any time.
Oh, okay.
You know what, I skipped that step, man. Sorry, I totally skipped that step, putting the x in, because I can see the coefficients.
Okay.
But you're right. That should say cos theta. So we have 1 plus 12. And that's it right there. So it was really cosine theta, negative 1 plus the square root of 13 over 6. Messy, messy, messy. Take care and get a decent decimal for that first. And cos theta equals negative 1 minus the square root of 13 over 6. Again, let's be real careful. Some people get parentheses here. If you're going to do it in one line, you need to do that. Otherwise, hit enter after the numerator.
I'm good up to that point, and then you get to like URS part, and then you don't know why.
That's the most important part.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not working out.
Okay. You got to keep practicing then. I know you know that. Negative 1 plus radical 13 divided by 6. So I'll kind of slow down there, see if you can reason through it. I'm just going to write, bless you.
Maybe parentheses are on the whole thing.
Does anybody need help up to here? So now we're looking for the angles. So the reasoning again is that this is a positive number. Cosine is positive in two places, so both of those answers are legitimate. This number is negative. Cosine is negative in two places. So we figure out the quadrants, the reference angle, and we start with the sign of the number. So can you guys tell me where cosine is positive?
1, 4.
And second cosine this. Let's get a reference angle. Good. 64 degrees in quadrant 1. That is an answer. And then in quadrant 4. 296. Good job. Do the same thing over here. I'll pause for a moment. I wrote plus, and it's actually the sign of the number is negative. I don't know why I wrote plus. Crazy cosine. Crazy cosine.
40.
So, where's cosine? Negative.
2, 3.
Your calculator says 140. Is that a reference angle? No. It's actually one of the answers. It's the quadrant 2 answer. Now, if you have 140 degrees into quadrant 2, what is the reference angle? 40. So now we know our reference angle. Now in quadrant 3, Go all the way to 180, add on that reference angle. And how much do you have? There you go. Okay. Beautiful.